and archived to hear anytime.
IllinoisFarmRadio.com.
A service of the Miller Media Group.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom today, Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director at the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Terri, always good to see you. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing all right. You know, we finally got fall weather. So all those people who were complaining about the heat, I don't know who you were, but here's fall.
Here's fall. Are you not a fall person, Terri? You sound very spiteful
fall.
A little bit.
I like fall. I just don't like what comes after fall.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a winter person. I appreciate those who are. But I just look at the long, dark nights and long for summer. So I do like fall, but I just don't like winter.
Well, of course. Sure. Very good. Well, Terri, as we dive in this morning, speaking of fall, there's kind of some programs to wrap up our summer hobbies and our summer activities. Let's start there. What do we have? I know horticulture, kind of the big one right now. What do you have for us?
Yeah, you would think that, as we were talking about fall and winter, maybe things are winding down, but actually this is a very active time for gardeners as they wind down the growing season and close out their gardens and prepare for the next year and get things ready to overwinter. But if maybe you got a little busy this year or you haven't been quite able to keep up with the landscaping and maybe it's kind of growing a little wild, we have a session for you just today. In fact, it's from 1:30 to 2:30. Today it's online, so you can attend from anywhere, and it is free of charge, and it's called Reclaiming Your Runaway Landscapes. So maybe things got a little away from you, it's gone wild. This will explore some practical methods for taking back if it's overgrown, it's chaotic, and some guidance on where to start when your beds feel a little overwhelming. Maybe some of the plants got a little crazy and kind of invaded the space of others. So we're going to help folks figure out, like, what do I do? What do I take out? What do I leave? Do I mulch? How can I kind of redesign it? How can I do some weed prep now so it's not so crazy next spring when everything explodes? So again, that's a free seminar. It's happening today. You can sign up for it on our website. It's easy to find. If you go to extension.illinois.edu/LMS, you go to our events tab and you will find it. It'll be the top one because it's happening today. Again, it's free and it's being presented by Chris Anthrop. He's a horticulture educator and hopefully can help you tame it back a little bit and get you feeling good for spring.
I tell you what, Terri, it's like you looked in my backyard the other day and noticed all the things. It's very applicable for me about right now.
Yeah, I could totally relate. Usually things are looking good until about July. And then my 4-H fair seasons really kick in and I'm at fairs a lot or they need watered and I'm maybe not quite there. So things usually get pretty rough. And so, yeah, I was literally walking out my door this morning and looking at my herb and flower bed. And I probably, if I can turn this on, I may just have to have this on in the background this afternoon because I have a lot of work to do this fall.
You and me both. Yep. Got away from us for sure. So that's is that part of an ongoing series you said, or is that just kind of a one-time standalone seminar?
That's kind of a standalone, kind of just the end of the year wrap up to kind of help people have a little hope for the spring.
Okay, so Terri, I think about this afternoon, I'm going to be awfully busy. I'm probably not going to be able to jump into this, but I'd really like to know, what your horticulturalists have to say. Can I check out your website maybe tonight or tomorrow and pull it back up and watch it then?
Well, what I always recommend people doing is, even if you don't think you can attend live, register for the class, because that will put you on the list, and they'll often send out packets, slide decks, and information afterwards. And of course, we are here in human beings, live in the flesh. I know in this day and age where it's AI or it's something else. We still have people. And here in our unit, we have Jennifer Fishburne, and she's a wonderful horticulture educator, and she's always here. And as well as our master gardeners who are trained to take gardening questions and to help their fellow gardeners who may be skilled or not so skilled as I am. Work through those problems. So even if you miss some seminars or you have a question that's not coming up in the seminar, something very specific related to your oak tree, we are here to help. That is one of the things Extension really strives to do, is to make sure we are here to help the public get reliable information that you can trust, not an AI hallucination.
Hallucination is a good way to put it. Those AI bots are something, but yeah, very good. And and that's the thing, about Extension, Terry, is that you are people in the communities that you're in, and those sorts of things, and able to offer that firsthand helping hand, if you will.
Absolutely. And a lot of times with your online sources, AI or not, they're not necessarily in the area that you live in. So like our horticulture experts understand the landscapes that we have, the environments that we have, the weather conditions we have. So they're able to give advice that's a lot more customized to what we need here in our local area, where sometimes the advice you get on the internet, you're not really sure, what growing zone they're talking about. And it just can be a little bit more difficult to decipher.
Very good. So again, that horticulture experience is today. Just run down, Terry, the when and the where, and how folks get registered. Can they get registered if they're listening this morning? Is it too late?
No. It's today from 1:30 to 2:30. And if you go to our website, extension.illinois, all spelled out, .edu/LMS, that stands for Logan, Menard, and Sangamon. You can find it under our events tab, and it should be the very top one.
Very good. Again, that's Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension, DeWitt and Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. What else you have going on, Terry? What else is coming up on your calendar there?
Well, yeah, we're gonna keep going with all things growing. So we have a native garden design series. It was extremely popular last year, so we've brought it back. It's, I think, one of the best native garden design programs in the state. Of course, I would say that, but I really truly believe that for those people who want gardens that have that native aspect to them, that are looking for plants that are local to Illinois, to the Midwest. Often native plants fit best in our environment because a lot of our ecosystems are built on and have adjusted to over centuries or millennium to those different native plants. So it can be beautiful, but it can also be supportive of our local ecosystems. So this is a series that helps folks say, I want to do something in native gardening. I want to design something beautiful that is also honoring our native species. And so on Saturday, October 25th, from 1 to 3, we're going to have Introduction to Native Landscape Design. And it will be at the Illinois Extension office in Springfield. And that's 700 South Airport Drive. So we're out by the airport. Live in person, again, October 25th from 1 to 3. And that's just going to be a nice introduction to those design elements. And then we're going to follow that up on Saturday, November 15th from 1 to 3 with the essentials of your native garden design, including plant choices. So now we're going to get into not only laying it out, but what are some great choices for your garden? And that will be at the Lincoln Memorial Garden Nature Center in Springfield. So a little bit of field trip there. And then on March 7th, from 1 to 3, it'll be Design and Draw Your Own Native Garden Workshop. And this is a hands-on program, again, at the Lincoln Memorial Garden Nature Center. And for that one, for the March 7th, we have 2 sessions in advance. They're asynchronous online workshops. So folks can take those 2, learn about things, and come in with a draft design, and then sit down on March 7th with the experts and really unpack their design and look at them. So it's a really unique opportunity to get a lot of hands-on help.
Sure. And you kind of, I was going to ask if it kind of helps you make good plant choices, because, I know those types of things, those gardens that you're talking about, Terry, are really good for not only just, preserving certain plants and species, but also for environmental health. And I think of like butterflies and those, the honeybees and the bees just in general. I mean, I know they're not great when they sting us and all that stuff, but gosh, those things so vital to just how the ecosystem works and functions.
Absolutely. And that's you nailed it. Those native plants are often the lifeline for our pollinators and for other species. There are species sometimes that, like you said, maybe they sting or maybe they're a little bit creepy crawly, but they're really necessary for the balance of our ecosystems. And we're seeing, more and more stress for our local species, from invasives, from just loss of habitat. And so this is an opportunity to make something beautiful, but also something that truly is a nature's oasis in our backyards.
Mm-hmm. So those begin here in a few weeks, or is that this weekend? You said, did you say November?
That's the 25th. No,
October?
that's this weekend. So yeah, we've got one this weekend, and then again, November 15th, and then March 7th. And the March 7th one has 2 additional online courses that people can do in preparation for it.
Right. And to make your plans and have someone there to help you, hey, this is good, could improve this, let's do this instead of this. I mean, that type of insight at the end of it is going to be huge.
Oh, it's a real deep dive, something that you don't often get. We've done seminars on general practices, but this is an opportunity for those who really want to get into it, are really serious about it, to really take that deep dive, walk away with a set of plans and an action plan that they can implement in their own yards and landscapes.
Sure. Very good. Well, Terri, on that note, I'll tell you what, I look at the clock. We could start another topic, but let's break instead so we don't have to interrupt it. Best way for folks to learn about these programs and the many more we're going to talk about when we come back. Where do folks go?
Sure, there's online extension.illinois.edu/LMS, or you can always call our office. Our Logan County office is 217-732-8289.
Terri Miller Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties on the Zoom with us. More to come with Terri on the morning show.
WHOW.
30.
Closeout time is here for a new Chevrolet. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City. Yes, we have a good selection of 25 Silverados remaining in regular and crew cab models with gas or diesel engines. Some with utility beds and dual roof wheels. Also see our remaining Colorados, Trailblazers, even our full-size Suburban and Tahoes, all priced to move out. See our 25 inventory today at BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
This is the voice of the Eastern Illinois University Panthers, Mike Brad, inviting all of our fans from Peoria to the Indiana state line to listen for Panther football again this fall on WHOW's many platforms on AM, FM, and streamed online. EIU Panther football is part of WHOW's great weekend sports programming schedule, including a Best of Clinton Maroon sports broadcast and CBS Sports Radio. We'll bring you every Panther game start to finish right here on Central Illinois' news, agriculture, and sports station, WHOW.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Flory, your host. We join you weekday mornings from 10 until 11 on WHOW, on AM and FM, and on the WHOW streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on Central Illinois' Ag Station, WHOW.
80 million listeners depend on AM radio to always be on, delivering news, sports, talk, traffic, and weather reports you can trust. AM radio also delivers vital emergency information when you need it most. Text AM to 39179. Tell Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guest on the Zoom today, Terri Miller Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Terri, let's continue on with what's on the calendar at Extension. What do you have for us?
Sure. We have a really unique series. We just got done talking about a really unique series, but we're going to change gears and look at health. And we have a Diabetes 101 series, and it's entitled Taking Care of Diabetes Together. And so this is really unique because this one is geared at professionals who are supporting adults with diabetes. So it's not necessarily the individual diabetes themselves, but professionals who are maybe helping to support them. The Taking Care of Diabetes Together, it's caregiver focused. So it's a webinar series offering practical strategies for managing diabetes through nutrition, physical activity, medications, and emotional support. And again, for professionals who are supporting those adult clients. So participants gain knowledge on practical skills, supporting that daily somebody gets a diagnosis of diabetes, that can be difficult to fully understand. And you may hear a lot of things, but it can really be helpful if there's people around you who support you, other professionals. And so the session is going to provide tools for those caregivers to help explain it clearly, to help create more accessible information and have more access to getting help. And it's going to be done in a meaningful way. So you're going to learn how to like hands-on, like how do I broach this topic? How do I work at discussing the types of diabetes with clients, looking for common signs and symptoms. If I suspect somebody is undiagnosed, risk factors of having diabetes and potential long-term effects. So this 3-part series is really geared to helping those folks support the adults with diabetes. And it starts on October 30th, and it's Diabetes 101. And that's just what we just talked about, letting people understand fully how diabetes can impact their lives, the types of it, and those risk factors. And then on November 6th, it's eating for balanced blood sugar. So this is going to help clients avoid getting those highs and lows with blood sugar, and so that they have that energy that's throughout the day and it's sustainable. And then how and we should, that's really the primary thing, but there's more. You need to learn strategies on encouraging overall healthy habits, supporting independence for those folks, and then building confidence that they can manage their blood sugar through physical activity, emotional wellness, and then the medications that have been prescribed to help them with diabetes.
Sure.
So these are 3 very unique programs.
Well, I think we've lost Terry for the morning. We'll go ahead and take a time out, see if we can't reconnect. Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. A quick break, try to reconnect with Terry coming up on the WHOW Morning Show.
Hey, can you hear me now?
WHOW.
I think we got Terry back. Terry, are you with us?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The internet just died.
So can you start back? You were at the November 6th. You were at the November 6th seminar for diabetes. Can you start back on that one? Well, I think we've lost Terry again. Terry's having some technical problems. We'll see if we can get Terry on the Terry, you there?
I'm here for the moment. I think they've been working on our phone lines, but I thought we were safe, so I apologize. But anyway, I don't know what you heard, but if you go to our website and you check out our events, you will find out more about this Diabetes 101, and you can sign up for it there. It's all online, so anyone around the state can participate.
All right, there you go. Terry, let's wrap up. What else do you have on the calendar going on these days?
Yeah, we have just a real quick workshop, Wellness in Nature. So this is part of our Lessons for Living series, and it's on November 13th from 2 to 3 p.m. Again, it's online and free, and this is just a great way for people to learn how spending time in nature can benefit your physical and mental well-being so much. I know that that's why I get depressed when it gets dark in the winter, because I'm a nature person. I love to be outdoors. And so this is going to look at creating a sensory experience, from walking through gardens to hiking to looking at what's available. Do you have forest preserves nearby? Do you have parks nearby? How to take advantage of those natural spaces for just the overall health benefits. And this is often really focused on our senior population, who sometimes maybe feel like they're a little bit isolated. They would want to get out and do more. And there are a lot of options, public spaces, which we know are often very accessible and more easy to navigate, but there are great natural options. So this again is on November 13th from 2 p.m. Wellness in Nature, free online, and you can sign up on our website.
All right, very good. Anything else, Terry, to mention before we let you go for the day?
No, just hoping that the internet, God's blessed me. Let me tell you, when your internet goes down, it's like you've been plunged into 1690. I feel like, I'm clutching my phone going, what am I going to do?
Yep, no doubt. Hey, Terri, we've got all these great programs. Where do folks go to keep up with what's going on, what's on the calendar? I'm sure there's more we haven't touched on. Where do they keep up with everything going on within Extension and your programming?
Absolutely. Well, they can always go to our website, again, extension.illinois.edu/LMS. We're on Facebook as well. If you looked up Extension LMS, you can see that. Those are really great ways to keep in touch, and always check out our events tab, because we're adding stuff all the time. We get to do this once a month, which is wonderful, but there are in between times so many great programs that are popping up and are available. And it's Extension is very comprehensive. We are blessed to be able to do programs in so many different topic areas. It really makes working here fun, because I get to learn about a little bit of everything.
Sure. By the way, how's 4-H for the new year? I know you just got started last month. How's things going?
Going well. We just kicked off the new year, October 1st. And we're seeing kids re-enroll, clubs are getting started. So it's always a fun time of year. I always say, we just finished the fairs, and guess what? It's time to go again. And so off to the races.
Off to the races, indeed. We'll keep tabs on it all. Terri, always good to talk to you. Thanks for making time for us.
Thank you. And thank you for your patience.
No worries. Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance.
WHOW.